Hi, my name's Lucy Hibben. I am a yoga and meditation teacher for cognitive sports therapy. And welcome to this little yoga practice that is designed for when you're suffering from feelings of anxiety or worry, which we all do from time to time. This video is designed to just help you bring about a little bit of grounding, a little bit of calm. We're going to use the breath, we're going to use some meditation techniques, and we're just going to link all of that with some really gentle movements to stretch and open up the body. So we're going to keep this practice pretty low to the ground today, so you can be wearing anything that just feels comfortable for you, and just roll out your mat in a place that feels cozy and safe, and when you're ready we'll begin. So come and take a seat on your mat, and I'm sitting in a cross-legged position. You can feel free to raise up your hips slightly by sitting up on a cushion or maybe a rolled up blanket. And we're going to be here for a little while, so do take time just to make sure that you're in a comfortable seat. And when you're ready, you can close your eyes and just bring your hands down onto your knees with the palms facing down. And if you find that you have to strain to reach the knees, just bring them back onto the thighs. Begin to notice the connection of your sitting bones with the earth underneath you. And then just start to send your awareness up through your spine, lengthening as you go, relaxing the shoulders down away from the ears, and then thinking about lifting upwards from the crown of the head. So you've got your head and your heart and your pelvis all in one nice long straight line, all stacked, allowing the energy in the body to move freely. And just start to become aware of your breath. So using your nostrils to breathe if you can. Just begin to notice the quality, the natural qualities of your breath. Notice where the breath is going, if it's kind of higher up in the chest area, which is often the case when we're feeling anxious. And if it is up in the chest area, just start to allow yourself to relax into breathing a little bit more deeply. Seeing if you can direct the breath further down into the belly so that you feel your belly expand as you breathe in and soften again as you breathe out. And just taking a few moments to become familiar with the natural ebb and flow of your breath. Noticing all the subtle sensations, like how the inhale can be quite warming and how the exhale brings a sense of cooling. And we all know our minds are very powerful, especially when they start to run away with us a little bit, but your breath is more powerful, and your breath is the single most important tool that you have to bring about that shift in sensation in the body, that shift from feeling stressed and worried and anxious into developing a sense of calm and grounding. Notice if you're clenching in your jaw and if your tongue is glued to the roof of your mouth, and if it is, see if you can soften your face, soften your jaw, soften your palate. And just allow yourself to really settle into the flow of your breath. We're going to add a little mantra now to our breathing. We're going to breathe into the word let and exhale to the word go. And mantra is a very powerful vehicle, and it really helps to focus and center the mind, taking us from feeling a little scattered to really focusing on the word words of the mantra to bring about that sense of calm. So this time I want you to turn the palms of your hands up. So it's a very subtle movement, but it brings about a very subtle shift in energy within the body. So go ahead and turn the palms up. Make sure you're still sitting up nice and tall here. And then just quietly to yourself start repeating the mantra. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. And if your mind starts to wander, you start to feel distracted, don't worry, that's normal. Just bring yourself back, redirect your focus back to this mantra. Really anchor yourself to those words and the breath. So linking the brain and the breath, it's very powerful. And we're using the mantra to tie all of that together. So for a few moments now, in silence, we'll just sit with that mantra using our breath. Now I want you to think of something that you're holding on to that maybe you don't need to be, something that isn't perhaps serving you. And just start to visualize now with each exhale as you say the word go, you're letting it go. And then think of something else. Maybe it's a feeling, a situation, a worry that you can't control. And use the breath, use the mantra, and just visualize letting go of that. And then one more time, think of one more thing that you're holding on to. And just imagine that you're creating space in your mind and in your body as you let go of these worries, these things that you're holding on to that aren't serving you. So one more time, inhale, let. Exhale, go. And then just very gently allow the eyes to open, blinking them open really softly. Very good. As you inhale, you're going to reach your arms up and over your head. Take it slowly and just feel that lovely opening through the side channels of your body. Palms come to touch. Really press the palms together as you bring the hands down towards the heart center, thumbs towards the sternum. So we're just going to start to develop on our breath a little more now using a technique called Ujjayi breath. And this breath is an audible breath, so it's a breath that you can hear. And again, it's a really wonderful calming technique because you can hear your breath. It sounds a little bit like the ocean, and you can focus on each inhale and each exhale. So you're going to just relax the back of the throat and start to develop a breath that you can hear, cultivating that audible breath. So keeping the mouth shut, using the nostrils, start to breathe that slightly more fiery breath. Very good. And then just let it go, releasing the hands. So from here, we're going to keep the left leg bent in towards us, and then just extend your right leg out. Bring your left hand down onto the mat behind you, and slowly as you breathe in, just start to reach that right hand up and back. And then if you can, just start to open your chest, rotating that chest around a little more towards the ceiling. And then see if you can cultivate that Ujjayi breath. So you're relaxing the epiglottis, but you're constricting the back of the throat slightly. So you're developing that breath that you can hear. On your next exhale, you're going to release and just send the right hand towards the right foot, taking hold of maybe the shin if it doesn't quite reach the toes, wherever feels comfortable. And then again, just reach that left arm up. So now we're getting a really nice deep stretch through the left side of the body. Good, and then slowly you can release, come back up to center. You're going to cross the right foot in and extend the left foot out. Bring the right fingertips down behind you. Inhale, reach that left arm up. Very good. See if you can rotate that chest around a little more towards the ceiling, opening, lengthening, using your oceanic sounding breath. And then exhale, you're going to reach the left hand towards the left foot and bring the right hand up. So we're looking over towards the right side and just opening up the right side, kind of around the right lower back. Good, and then slowly we release. Very nice. From here we're going to come to all fours, tabletop position. So just take that movement nice and slowly. Spread out your fingertips so that you're able to press down evenly through the whole surface area of the hand. Make sure the wrists are underneath the shoulders, the knees are underneath the hips. Good, really press down into the tops of your feet and just start to press a little more into your hands so that you're kind of broadening across your upper back. So we're going to start to move through some spinal work now with some cat-cow stretches. So this takes the spine into extension and then into flexion. So when you're ready, you're going to, as you inhale, I want you to drop your belly down. Really feel like you're opening up through your chest and broadening your collarbones. Tilt the pelvis up towards the ceiling and look forwards. Very good. And then on the exhale, chin to chest, tuck the tailbone under. Really push the mat away from you and feel the space you're creating. Good, inhale, keep going, drop the belly, tilt the pelvis, look forward. And then exhale, rounding through. So we've already connected the brain with the breath, right? And that's a really powerful tool, a really powerful way to activate the body's parasympathetic nervous system, that state where we rest and digest. So now we're integrating the spine, which is also connected to the brain. So when you are feeling like the brain's a little messy, a little scattered, spinal work like this can be really so beneficial. And then when we keep linking the movements with the breath, it becomes like a moving meditation. And you stay present with each breath and each movement. Very nice. And then slowly let's come back to center. You're going to send your sit bones back to your heels now and just bring the forehead down onto the earth, coming into child's pose. So you can keep the arms active if you want to, reaching them towards the front of the mat so that you start to open up through the armpit, chest and down the sides of the body. Or if you feel like you just want to soften the arms and surrender here just for a few breaths, that's also an option. So when we come to a position like this, it's really a nice way to start to send the awareness a little more within. You know, we're coming into this little cocoon that we've created for ourselves. So allow the forehead to rest fully on the mat.
That allows the neck to relax. And that in turn sends a signal to the body's nervous system that, hey, it's okay, we can relax. Start to feel the belly rise and fall on the tops of your legs. And just think about how it's all connected. Just really release any tension across the upper back and shoulders. And then slowly just allow the forehead to rock from side to side, just giving yourself a little massage along the brow bone. Very good. On the next inhale, you're going to come all the way back up to tabletop position. This time, walk your hands slightly in front of your shoulders, tuck your toes under, and then as you breathe in, we're going to lengthen into the backs of the legs and come into downward facing dog. So when you get there, just take a moment and allow your feet to pedal out so that you're lengthening into the back of one leg and then the other. And I want you now to focus on your spine and think about finding that length again through the spine. So if the spine is rounding and you're kind of all hunched up in your shoulders like this, I want you to bend the knees and just melt the chest back towards the thighs so that you're bringing the shoulders away from the ears and you're lengthening through the spine. So this is an inversion. So the hips are higher than the heart. And inversions can be very, very calming and clarifying for us. So take a big breath in here, and then on your exhale, you're going to come back down to the knees, come straight back to child's pose. Just notice how you feel. A couple of nice deep breaths using that Ujjayi breath, constriction in the back of the throat. And it should be a breath that you can hear, not that your neighbour can hear. So keep it soft. It should be a really calming sound. And then on the inhale, we're going to come all the way back up through tabletop position, tuck the toes, and find our downward facing dog again. And then just this time, try and come straight to stillness here. Notice how you feel here. See if you can start to look up towards the tops of your legs and try to drive through the arms to melt the chest back towards the thighs. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and on the exhale, bring the knees down. Very good. You're just going to swing your legs out from underneath you and come back to a seated position on the mat. And this time, I'll just turn to face you. This time, bring the soles of your feet together. Cobblers Pose. So they don't need to be close to the body. Keep them further away if you want a little bit more space. And we're just going to take a hold of the ankles now and just start to sit up nice and tall. And then close the eyes. And once again, allow the breath just to guide us here. And with each exhale, maybe you can let go of a little tension in the hips. So we store a lot in our bodies. We store our emotions in our bodies. And so think about here, the hips are a particular place where they tend to become very tight if we are feeling things like anxious or worried. And so using the breath now, see if you can just let go in the hips, allow the hips to just relax and open up here. Very good, and then slowly open the eyes. Bring the hands onto the outsides of the knees, draw the knees together. This time bring your hands behind you and separate your feet to about hip distance or just a little bit wider. Good, open up through the chest, so you're kind of drawing the shoulder blades towards each other, and then just drop both knees to the left side. And you're going to feel that nice stretch through the outer right leg. And then come back through center and take it to the left side. So just windshield wipering the legs from one side to the other. It feels really nice. But then use the breath, okay? So inhale, center, exhale, left. You're going to start wiggling down your mat. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Right, sorry. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Maybe you close the eyes now. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Let's do one more. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. And we'll finish on the right side. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Very good. So then slowly just bring yourself back up. And this time just hug the knees in and the arms around the shins. And just allow the crown of the head to relax down. Couple of nice deep breaths here. Maybe you can feel a nice stretch through the back of the neck. Very good, and then slowly come back up. We're going to come down onto your back now. We're going to come through another little breathing technique. So when you're ready, just make your way down onto your back. So you've got a couple of options here. You can either bring the soles of the feet together and come into a reclined cobbler's pose. And this feels really nice if you are wanting to kind of try and release a little bit of tension in the hips. It also feels quite nice on the lower back, but it won't feel nice for everyone. So your other option is to extend the legs out long. So again, if you do that and you immediately start to feel a bit of discomfort in the lower back, the other option is to bring the feet to the outside edges of the mat and just allow the knees to knock in together so the knees are supporting each other's weight. So take a moment just to find this position, a position that feels good for you. And then go ahead and place your left hand on your heart center and your right hand on your belly. Close your eyes and then bring the tongue to touch the roof of your mouth just behind your teeth. And then just take a couple of breaths here, allowing the body to really sink down into the mat, letting go of any tension. So we're going to come through 4, 7, 8 breaths. So I'm going to guide you to inhale for the count of 4, hold the breath for the count of 7, and exhale for the count of 8. So if you can, keep the tongue pressing lightly onto the roof of the mouth behind the teeth. Keep the lips lightly pressed together and use the nose to breathe. So before we start, you might just want to wet your lips, take a swallow in the mouth, and then set yourself up. Try and keep the jaw relaxed. We'll all take a big breath in, and then as we exhale, let it go. And now we begin. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Take a deep breath in. Open your mouth, let it go. And again, inhale. Big clearing exhale through the mouth. One more inhale. Exhale. You can slowly release your hands. If you've got the soles of your feet together, bring the hands to the outsides of the legs and just guide the knees up to center. And then everybody come to Savasana. So we're going to lie down on our backs, extending the legs out. The legs should be as wide as the mat. The arms take up space, so take them out nice and wide and turn the palms up to face the ceiling. Keep your eyes closed and just allow yourself to really feel supported here by the earth underneath you. Just feel the support. Allow yourself to really sink into your mat. And if you've noticed your mind has started to take flight again, just come back to that mantra, let go. Inhale to the word let, and exhale to the word go. Notice any areas in your body where you're holding tension, and just see if you can really soften, relax. Notice the space in between your eyebrows. It's another place in our bodies that we tend to hold quite a lot of tension. And just see if you can soften. And allow your breathing now just to return to normal, to its natural flow. And then one by one, we're going to draw each knee up into the chest. Wrap your arms around your shins and just have a little rock from side to side. Just notice how you feel. Keep your eyes closed for these last few moments if you can. And then you're slowly going to roll over onto one side, whichever side feels good. And just take a moment to pause here and really just acknowledge yourself for taking the time to come to your mat and to really do something positive, something to really tie the strands of the mind together, and to bring about that link between mind, body and breath. Very slowly you're going to bring yourself up to a seated position, whatever feels comfortable, and just draw the hands together at the heart center. We'll take one more cleansing breath together to end this class. So take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth and let it go. And then slowly you can release your hands and open your eyes. So I hope you enjoyed that short little session. So we included some breath work, a little guided meditation at the start, and some really gentle movements that are very good for allowing that sense of calm and grounding and focus. So come back to this video as often as you need to, and you can get in touch with us if you have any questions or if there's anything else that we can help you with. So I send you love and I say to you, namaste.